Hey there, best Coromon newslocker here. Have you wondered that if you could catch your troopers in the wild and with little physical perfection make them live, fight and die for your cause? Now we can stop it because of this year release on every major console small-scale strategy called Coromon. Game where you travel across the land, searching far and wide. Catching monsters is your only test, for power they possess. Coromon, gonna beat them all. That ain't your destiny, a violent will pull us through. Coromon, are you best slave in the world to have defend? Surprised? You shouldn't. Ambushes are here visible for kilometers. Tactical game purists might ask, where is the board? Look closely, it's just 2 tiles wide. One for your creature, second for your opponent. Rest of the team up to 6, wide in the conga line for their turn, on the turf of the hot seat. And swapping them is important, otherwise your beloved Pimpush gonna be sent into the shadow dimension by element effective slap. But good for you, this works in the both direction. Even if the rules of nature are on your side, petite creature will soon run out of the energy called PP and take a little nap. So we draw it, or let it be brutally mauled by when it slips. Your choice. To add complexity, we also command weather, providing changes even after monster gets swapped. In summary, everything that tactical games should have, and in the case of 100 creatures, options to make your teams are overwhelming. I'm gonna be bold enough to say that combat here is deeper than the most games I covered and those that await us, making it a best virtual animal cruelty simulator I ever put in my hands. However, quality of life improvements like infinite teaching machine, trait changes, hold items and manual stat location didn't solve our rhino boss in the room. Grind. Yup, all the same argument. There are better ways to grant power. Phoenix XP caps don't apply any tactical maneuvers. This become more incommodious in tandem with Overworld. That here is a physical space instead a map. In tactical games, Overworld might serve a bridge to strategy, mixing short and long-term plans together. Think like setting destination, rationing ration, choosing right dog to throw stone us, etc., etc., thinking about your goals and means to achieve them. Here, you work a marathon only of satisfying puzzles that are isolated from creatures and combat, and add only boredom and frustration to the experience, postponing core gameplay. And here my guest bypass accuracy test, things that we are looking for. To top this off, there is a plenty of minigames that are boring and obviously a ripoff. And if you want to skip them, too bad, they mandatory. Here are outcry people of Tracksoft. Remove Swarmy Rush and other sponsors too. They make game too long. Story. Games based on capturing creatures and use them to fight is cursed to bear a dissonance. Every time you catch instead friendship, you grant them a freedom deficit, casting shadow the heart-warming plot and covering it in darkness. And to lift it needs an extraordinary skill in writing department. That thing that they didn't level up yet. Inconsistent tone don't provide much support in that. Story want to get serious, yet is interrupted by the barrage of jokes and comic reliefs. At some point I think that I am playing a parody. My advice, unmarvel yourself. My harsh opinion will continue to field of my expertise, the visuals. I know what they wanted to recall here with 16-bit graphics, but with emoji and cartoon style they end up with a run-of-the-mill mobile game. This could be easily solved by the good design. Thing that Coromon was left without. Ward Hill isn't just blunt, it's almost offensive. To be fair, there are few good places, but rest is a generic pop culture out of the checklist, like a farm, Spoopy Town, Arabian Night, Egypt, Japanese Chinatown, Vikings, Atlanta. Everything without even a drop of personality, making it feel like a tourist trap. But I don't think that was the intention. Brand World is inhibited by even more genderless characters. They lack personality, some of them are stereotypes, almost all of them are comic reliefs, zoom out and made with universal character creator, like the protagonist, and left without a bit of appeal. My fellow Fire Emblem fans, Field of Your Love will be born here. But the real stars of the creature collecting are beasts. For things that will be poster on cover, profile picture, plushies, anything man-made that even have a chance to become a series mascot, current designs are inspiring and most of them need a serious redraw. Artwork itself is solid. The mimetic potential is lacking in every department. Majority of this came from the formula. Animal plus element equal magical monster. This might work in games where they only are enemies, but here, creatures has to be a symbol that you attach to yourself. In order to do that, it's necessary to have a lore significant, what they do in the game world, the combat function, let's take a look, describe their stats, real world reference, the history behind them, a thing that inspired them. Without that, they don't resonate with my desire to draw and put them into my memory. And for the artist, that's a failure. Tactical games are for two kinds of people, a man and the Iron Man. Man skedaddle in time when things go south. Iron Man persevered against everything that life gonna throw at him. In creature collecting games, this lives under a banner of Nuzlocke. That's the final channel, a peak of tactical experience, and in the hand of the developers lies making it less cumbersome as possible. How Coromon is doing it now? Poorly, and only enforced permanent and limited catching. Things that I can do myself. To improve it, tracks of need to remove a story, puzzles, add level limiting, and instant level ups on the important battles. Without it, I will never back to Coromon. In conclusion, great monster collecting game, buried under senseless plot and pointless addition. If you can swallow this, good time is guaranteed. Shine bright! Like always, until Tube tore them off, comments are to your disposal.